This seed sorting video is on milkweed. I have two kinds here. One is swamp milkweed, gathered from our own plants in our backyard. And then, oh goodness, common milkweed, gathered from the roadside on a walk. So you can see the difference. There's quite a size difference. But the monarchs like them both. The first time I tried to, so here's some seeds that I tried, and there's fluff in there, but it is such a chore to get the fluff away from the seed. Here's a common milkweed. And I had a harder time with that. But I was watching some good old YouTube videos, and I'm going to try and do it better. There's lots of videos on contraptions you can build for larger amounts, but for someone like me that's just going around collecting it as I can, I'm not going to rig up a shop vac or anything like that. So what I am going to do, so you can see this one they've all opened. And you can see how it's just persistent. So here's the pod. You can see the top here. And I think that the swamp milkweed is much easier to do than common milkweed. And when it's like this, it's really nice. You can just pinch the top and then scrape with the fingernails the bottoms and discard that. And then just kind of neatly disintegrates. Here's another one. The fluff is at the top. This is the bottom. I didn't do a very good job with that one. This silky stuff is sticky and floaty and messy and super soft. Apparently you can keep it and then put it out in the spring for the hummingbirds to make their nests out of it. So my oldest daughter loves hummingbirds, and we will be doing that. Just put it in a suet cage, and that will keep it semi-contained, and they will use it for nesting material. Now this one, it's already kind of exploded, so it's just a mess. I'm going to have to do it one by one. Something I learned over the weekend is that in World War II, American school children would spend weekends collecting milkweed pods, and they would send all of that stuffing to the US military to use for life jackets and flotation devices and things like that. That was interesting. Okay, so that was swamp milkweed. This is going to be, you can see how messy it is. It's much better if you can get a situation like I had before where it was very contained, and then just scrape it with the fingernails. This is not a good situation. Let's try the common now. So these, I don't know if you can tell, but the amount of fluff they have is significantly more. Here's one that's already kind of opened. So what I'm going to do is pinch the side with the fluff, crack, and scrape. Swamp milkweed is much easier to clean out than common milkweed. There was that little tiny bit of fluff, but this one, this is all the fluff that came out of one of these. It's a much different experience, but similar plan of attack as far as gripping the top, peeling the bottom away, pinching the top, and then scraping the seed pods off. Or the seed, this is the pod. Scraping the seeds off without pulling the fluff, which is trickier than you might think. I always loved on Disney's Fantasia, the original one, where the milkweed fluffs go twirling and flying away. I think during Vivaldi's Four Seasons that they're playing. It was always so pretty. Separating the seeds manually from the fluff is not so pretty. But it will be fun to see. I'm losing it. It's so hard to keep it clean. So this is my first year doing it, and I am getting better, believe it or not, but it's still just trickier to do. And there's a ton of more helpful YouTube videos. I'm just documenting it for my own posterity's sake that I did it this year. See, they're so cute. Little parachutes. I'm hoping that I only have to do this once, because then if I have enough milkweed plants growing in our field next year, then I can just let the seeds fly and the wind take them, because I'll have enough plants already. But this year, trying to get the seeds out and separated so that we can broadcast them next month. It's November. And see, it just goes and goes. Okay. I just made a huge mess here, but I'm still holding on to most of the mess. So I would actually consider this a success compared to some of my earlier attempts. Here it is. Milkweed seeds.